Make small talk.
I'm going to help you reframe that. We don't need to avoid small talk. In fact, it's a very important social ritual. The mistake that people make is they stay there too long.
Every great relationship begins with a conversation. But you may never have that conversation if you hate small talk. Probably because a lot of those conversations can be boring. So how can you make conversation more interesting so you can start having great relationship? This might be controversial, but I found that if you are prepared with conversations you like to talk about, it is easier to make conversations more interesting.
Right? So small talk is at the bottom. These are topics anybody can talk about. Tailored talk is more exciting, more personalized, more relevant to your interests. Deep talk is the peak of this pyramid.
And it's not nearly as hard as it may sound. I'll give you an example. Last week, I was at a networking event for work. One of the guys said he is from New York. And so to make this conversation interesting for me and for him, I want to be able to decide what I want to talk about with where he's from. And one of those topics that I love to talk about is food. So it was a very easy lead-in. I just said, oh, you're from New York? I heard New York has the best Italian food in the country. And by the way, what's the big deal with the bagels in New York? Isn't it just boiled dough? Can you help me understand? And that's all it took for that conversation to evolve in something that was fun, something that was interesting, from bagels to pizza to different parts of the country. And eventually the conversation evolved to something that was even deeper than that. So what topics do you really like to talk about? And if you can compare that with where a person is from or what they do for work or with their family dynamics, you can make that small talk into something way more interesting. And if you would like to be known as the person who has interesting conversations with people, join the Beyond Small Talk community. Link is in bio.